Greetings, fanboys and fangirls. Jared here with another video from Fanboys Forever. And today we're going to be doing a special unboxing for the brand new Gomez. And this is a variant of the Hazard Commander Gomez that we got in the Bodega box from the 2020 Fall Con box set. So let's go ahead and have a look. I was afraid I'm going to destroy these things. Not Mez's head. Alright, let's see what we have at the top here. So it's always important when you're cutting to not cut too deep because you've got a bunch of stuff like right up here. And he's gold. So actually not gotten just a standard gold one in a little while. I've been getting the orange and the black ones that have been coming. They're kind of the new variations we've been seeing. What would a Mezco product be without this sticker right here? I'm convinced that I could wallpaper one of the rooms. And here we get our comic book right here. This is for the Mossquatch. And there's a lot of rumors right now saying that this guy is about to get a release. So it's not something I would have ever assumed that they would be releasing, but guess it might be a thing. Aside from the artwork, which always looks really cool, there's some Easter eggs in here. Here we have the Hawk P40, which we've seen some previews for from their Toy Fair coverage. There's kind of an advert for the Slugfest Emporium. Got a bag of gray skulls, the security clearance card, which I think we already know about, the Haters shirt, the Doc Nocturnal set, Craig 13 shirt, which we've already seen. Another advert for the Black Skulls, which tells me that, who knows, maybe they'll be restocking these guys. And moving on down, you have a little QR code, so if you guys want to scan that. And then we have a little note about the Crypto Cog. So you might remember that the Crypto Cog came in the Bodega box set that we looked at, and it's supposed to help you unlock like some extra deals, so should be interesting. Here's what's in the back. We have an advert for the Mossquatch, Terror from the Murky Depths, including Mossy, Articulated Monster, and Hazard Squad issued Tranquilizer Rifle with extra ammo capture net and rifle equipment pack. So it says to use this code. Includes Hazard Squad Adventure Pack. So this looks really cool. Some people have speculated that this will use the King Kong body, which I think would be really clever on their part. And then check it out. Absolutely free, giant life-size zombie mummy. Horrifying, exciting, thrilling, over 12 feet tall. Oh my gosh. Make Grandma spit out her dentures. And you get 3 monster masks. This ad is fake. Duh. Oh my gosh. Then you have a funny cartoon advert like you would see like in old comics. So this is hilarious. You got Nosferatu, Baron Benz, Doc Nocturnal. Then you have some other characters. Oh, here we go. So it is Captain Nemo that they were referencing with that picture a little while back. Yeah, that's a better look at him right there. So that's kind of interesting. Then you have Tangerine. And then here's this guy again. Interesting. I will say that we have this. I don't know, guys. This could be the next Pink Skulls Chaos Club pack. I'm serious. You've got 3 of them here. They're in the space suits. I'm saying don't count it out, okay? Don't count it out. Mezco has done crazier stuff. Guess we'll see what happens, right? All right. Time to get Gomez out here. Let's see. It's kind of refreshing not to have to open another huge like Bodega box because those are super cool, but gee, man, are they intimidating and hard to know what to do with. Got a plastic right here. There's only one thing that any reasonable collector would do. Tear it to bits. All right. Here we go. I like that it's like a classic movie poster. Almost like a Steve McQueen action movie or something. Hazard Squad, Commander Gomez in the Valley of the Sasquatch. Free mini adventure comic that we just looked at. Well, I like this little image of the Sasquatch, and I like all the kind of dot coloration there. This is great. Okay. Bottom, we have this. And here you go. You can ask the manager at Target if they have one in back. I think these are definitely what I would refer to as like a shoebox. And I actually really like these because they're so much smaller than a lot of the big like PX10s and all that we get. And I really just want more space. I don't want to have to throw these boxes away, but it's good for them to be a little smaller. And there we have Commander Gomez with all of his equipment and gear. Go ahead and remove that. In the back, we have some more of the accessories. Opening up a Mezco figure is like peeling back layers of fun. Looks like we have some kind of graphic back here. Sure enough, just like the Black Skull Death Brigade, we get what appears to be a giant sticker of the artwork. So I really like this. I'm just really appreciative that this one actually came with a real little comic book. Black Skull Death Brigade did not. It just came with the artwork and a sticker. Really like this. So let's go ahead and get Gomez out. Now, you'll find that it's mostly just a reissue of the previous Hazard Commander Gomez, but there's some pretty big differences here. For one thing, check it out. We have a completely brand new, or mostly brand new, head sculpt right here. And this is meant to be more of, I think, the outrageous kind of comic book styled head. It looks, to me, it's less comic book styled and more like a cartoon, really. Almost like a 70s cartoon or something that you would have seen Gomez in. I really like it. It's kind of Hanna-Barbera-esque in hand, really. So I really like that. Scooby-Doo meets Gomez, right? Tell me in the comments below how that episode would go. Liking the boots right here. Like the coloration of the grays around there. I really love the kind of brown combo with all the harness with the black sweater. This is going to be really nice to kind of mix and match with the other Hazard Commander Gomez. All the same articulation that we've come to expect. Yep, everything feels good. And again, that greatly improved articulation at the boots. So we have a big array of hands, just like we saw last time. We have an alternate head. We have the horrendous batteries that I'm going to have to put in, and we have a stand. So let's go ahead and crack these guys out. And of course, the MVP, the unsung hero of all Mezco figures, the plastic baggie. All right, let's see what we got. Oh yeah, that is a beautiful stand. Look at that. I really think the Hazard Squad stands are the best stands that they do. They always had kind of an issue with the stands being a little mundane for my taste, but man, these are the opposite. And of course, we get one of these little guys to hold the pigeons up. I have a theory about this. I think they probably had like thousands of these laying around in a warehouse because they're not doing that with Batman's cape anymore, where it has like the support things. So they needed to figure out something to do with these and the supports. So that's my theory. I'm liking the white background, but let's make it a little more exciting. This is a Hazard Command Gomez, so let's actually put him in Hazard Command headquarters right here with the Void Chamber. Now, keep in mind, this is not included, all right? So please don't take this as this is the box that comes in. No, this was only with the Bodega box. All right, let's get that other head sculpt out here and see what we're working with. And here we have the more kind of big expression Gomez. And this one is the one that I think has the light up feature in the eyes. This one I've heard some kind of mixed opinions on. I really like it and I like what they were going for, but the teeth are kind of strangely gray. I suppose it's supposed to be. I also know that they're going for that cartoon look, but at the same time, I would have appreciated some actual ridges being sculpted between the teeth. So it's a little odd for my taste. I like the blue eyes on it. I think that's nice. Here is the boom box, and I suppose I failed to mention it in my review of the original Bodega box release, but this is transformable. It's actually like a little laptop, I suppose the first one was anyway. I never actually tried it because I didn't know till I saw the pictures of this. I suppose it was transformable. Maybe you guys can tell me in the comments there and help me out. And this slides up. Some weapons storage perhaps. And there's these little knobs in there, so I kind of wonder what you can do with that, but I don't know. I think it's a cool little feature. And I think it'll look good, especially if you have it like setting in the playset. I think that might be a cool little touch. Here's Gomez's new wrist comm. These are kind of a pain to get on the wrist the right way because you have to be careful about the sweater not bunching up, but I think it'll look really good with the figure. And here he is with the wrist comm on. I think that really looks nice. It kind of goes with the gold G belt buckle right there. Love it. In my last review, I had a really hard time getting some of the accessories to stay in, particularly the little scope attachment right here. And here we have the gold variation of it. So I'm going to do what some of you all suggested and put it in at a slight angle and see if that works out better. And it actually just grips a lot better than the other. I sincerely believe that something seemed to be slightly wrong with the other because this one doesn't have that same problem. It seemed to be a really good fit the very first try, so I'm thinking it might have been a little off with that first one that I had, but nothing too bad. Here's a little attachment that could magnetize to the head. I think last time I was confused about what it was. I believe that since then I found out that he's supposed to use this to like communicate with the void, so it just magnetizes right to this head. And it magnetizes to the standard head as well, so that's a nice surprise. I actually thought it would only go on the one with the teeth gridded, so that's really cool. I can tell this thing's going to be awfully fragile though, so be careful with it. Next up, we have the rope, which is for the kind of zip line feature that he has with the gauntlet. That's cool to have it in gold. It definitely reminds me of some of the old Kenner Batman accessories. Here is one of the actual attachments for the wrist gauntlet. Here's the actual zip line attachment that we talked about last time. Looking good in gold. And here we have the final little attachment piece for the gauntlet. So we get a new variation of the tiny little blaster rifle. And of course, just like last time, that's going to go in the holster right on the front of the chest. And then we get the giant knife like we got last time, only it's gold, baby. And of course, that just goes back there. That looks terrific. Now he definitely has what I would call more of a completed look. So next we have these little guys, and these are just like the grenades that he came with. And they don't appear to be that different than the first release, but this time we are more of a blue. One of my favorite attachments from last time was the transparent holographic display. And so we're going to try that out really quick. And it's just as cool as ever. I absolutely love the look of Gomez with this thing, especially because the blue is such a nice contrast to the black sweater and the gold accents. And of course, just like with the last release, you get the two pigeons. I suppose you can sort of army build these guys. I suppose that there's supposed to be many of them. So these don't appear to be any different, I don't think, than the last ones. So we'll throw those in with those guys. So interestingly, he comes with this separate from his arm. And this is the extra one that you would put up there. And this is just kind of the holder for those little explosive devices. So we can just plop those in there. It's kind of a shame that they don't bear the funny face on them, because I think that's kind of part of the fun little personality of these things. So they kind of cover those up, which is a little unfortunate. But hey, maybe if you want them to look more legitimately commando-esque. Here he is with the more extreme expression head. And I'm actually kind of surprised by how much I like this look once I see the head on there. It is pretty extreme, and the teeth are still a little weird for my taste, but I do like it. All right, let's see how the battery compartment works. Take your thumbnail, go out under, although it's kind of a horrifying look, isn't it? And this is your battery housing. Comes with a pack of batteries. I think you only need 2 of them. Open it up, put them into the side of the housing that doesn't have the silver thing that's blocking it. See how this side is open? So I just slide this in. I just go from that side, and it feels like it won't fit right, but you have to be a little brave and keep pushing till it's in there snug. Okay, right over here, once again, you have the side that doesn't have the silver prong that's blocking it. Flat side up, just push it, it goes in. Seems like mileage seems to vary greatly on these, so I'm always a little nervous this will be the time where I'm not so lucky. Oh yeah, I think we have ignition. So this switch seems a little harder to press, like it's more set in the head right there. Almost like I have to take my fingernail to get to it. There we go. Actually looks so much better than my other light up Gomez head from the bodega box. Does anybody else seeing a big improvement like I am, that this is working like 10 times better? Is it just me? I mean, gee, that looks great. I'm going to turn my light off. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can see that guy coming. He's got his bright lights on. So, yeah, pleasantly surprised with this. It actually works better on the figure than it did off. In isolation, it wasn't doing it for me, but on the figure, yeah, it looks great. Now, I understand that Saturday morning kind of Gomez head isn't going to be everybody's cup of tea. So is there a remedy for that? Of course there is. All you have to do is take your other Hazard Commander, and the flesh tones for the neck and everything match pretty well perfectly. And there you go. He can be just as traditional as you would want. And let's face it, we all have a ton of these Gomez heads laying around at this point, so you might as well use them. But it looks great if you want to go on that route too, but I do miss those cool blue eyes. And before you ask, what about vice versa? Of course, you can take the new Saturday morning kind of Gomez head, put it on the old body, and it looks absolutely terrific. The blue eyes really does bring out the blue in the sweater as well, so that's another great option. All right, and we have his other bicep mounted holster on now, so hopefully the look is complete. So let's go ahead and do a little comparison of the two Gomez releases. So I don't have the silver gauntlet launcher on this guy because I didn't want it to imprint the sweater. I think it would be fine over time, but I just kind of left it off. So obvious difference, we do have the base stands are kind of inverted, and the new one is red, the old one was blue. Of course, with the outfits, we're looking at a completely different color form of the same suit of clothes, basically. However, I will say that this sweater is a little less bulky and a little more stretchy and kind of fitted like a modern tactical sweater. And this one is more bulky and old school, almost like something that you would have seen out of the 60s or 70s in episodes of Doctor Who, when you've got the Brigadier wearing that sweater. One thing that I think is really cool is that, of course, all of this kit right here, every bit of it, is completely interchangeable. If you wanted to, you can take the gold stuff and you can put on the other original blue Gomez, or you can take any of the gray stuff and switch it over to the new black sweatered Gomez. But other than that, they're very comparable in terms of everything that they include. This is one of those really cool, highly effective variants Mezco released. Even though many elements of it are completely the same, all the costuming stuff and most of the accessories, it really does feel completely new with the brand new head sculpt and the color of the eyes and just the colors that they chose and the difference in some of the materials. It feels like a completely different animal. So it's great to have that kind of variation. Which one do I suggest? I don't really suggest one over the other. They're just different. The head sculpt, whether you like the Saturday morning kind of Gomez look or not, I don't really think it's relevant because we have so many Gomez head sculpts laying around. They're completely interchangeable. What's great is that Mezco allows you to customize so much of this stuff. So that's another big advantage. And here is my whole team of the black costume variations of some of the Rumble Society figures that Mezco's been putting out over the last couple of years. It's great to kind of see them all together in this particular color form, and I can't wait to start getting more members of Gomez's Hazard Squad. I think this looks really cool, and I think that they have something really special. It's like Mezco is assembling their own little action figure band of misfits, Avengers, Midnight Suns, whatever you want to call these guys. They look terrific together, and I think the Rumble Society is truly proving itself to be something of a legacy, and I can't wait to see where they go next. Collectors love these guys. This guy sold out in just a few minutes. They're becoming hot commodities, and the demand is just going up and up. As unfortunate as it is for me to not be able to tell you, well, you can just rush out and get this guy, hopefully this review will help you determine whether or not you wanted to go after those secondary market prices, or you want to kind of stick with your previous Hazard Squad commander if that's the one you got. Once you start adding in things like the Black Skull Death Brigade back there, you're starting to build this really impressive and cool continuity of characters that I think Mezco is just having a blast creating, and I'm having a blast collecting. Truly, this is one of the most fun things that I look forward to in the hobby these days. But the aggravation of trying to get them, the people on the groups on Facebook, they keep saying, well, Mezco is kind of a full-time job. You know what? It sort of is, but the rush and the excitement of getting these guys, it's pretty great when it works out. It's devastating when it doesn't. But hey, I'm enjoying the line, and I really do think that this new version of the Hazard Squad Commander is terrific. If you can find him for any kind of reasonable price on that secondary market, I say go for it. I know that I've really enjoyed adding him to my collection. Alright guys, well, that does it for me. I hope you've enjoyed the video today. Of course, you're going to want to subscribe so that you can see these first looks at Mezco figures and many others as we continue posting new videos every week. So guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, God bless you and yours, and I'll see you on Fanboys Forever. Fanboy out.